Hey, what's up everyone? Hope you're doing good and ready to jump into what's been changing behind the scenes in Battlefield 6. So, first off, this update is very much about smoothing things out rather than shaking things up. There aren't flashy new weapons or dramatic balance shifts here, and honestly, that's probably a good thing given where the game is right now. One of the biggest focuses was overall stability, and if you've been playing regularly, you know how important that is in a Battlefield game where matches are long, chaotic, and packed with players, vehicles, explosions, and destruction all happening at once. The developers addressed multiple crash scenarios that were popping up across different platforms, especially during longer sessions. That means fewer random freezes mid-match, fewer kicks back to the dashboard, and less of that frustration where you're doing well only for the game to suddenly give up on you. Performance was another major piece of this update, and this is where a lot of players are going to feel the difference, even if they can't immediately explain why. There were fixes aimed at reducing stuttering and frame pacing issues, particularly on consoles. If you've ever noticed those brief hiccups when sprinting through dense areas, engaging in large-scale firefights, or flying over a busy map, that's the kind of thing this patch was targeting. It's not about boosting the game into a whole new performance tier, but more about making everything feel consistent and reliable from start to finish. The user interface also got some much-needed attention. Battlefield menus have a lot going on, and small issues can stack up quickly. This update cleans up several UI bugs that caused elements to display incorrectly, overlap, or not respond the way they were supposed to. Things like loadout screens behaving oddly, menus feeling unresponsive, or certain prompts not showing up at the right time were all part of this cleanup. It might sound minor, but when you're trying to swap gear quickly between rounds or adjust something on the fly, those little annoyances add up fast. Gameplay-wise, the changes are subtle but important. There were back-end fixes aimed at improving general responsiveness and reducing weird edge case behavior during matches. This includes situations where actions wouldn't register properly, animations felt off, or the game logic momentarily lagged behind what was happening on screen. In a shooter where timing matters so much, even a fraction of a second can be the difference between winning a gunfight or watching the respawn screen, so tightening that up is always welcome. Another thing worth mentioning is matchmaking and server-side stability. While the patch notes don't go deep into specifics, there were adjustments made to improve how sessions hold together over time. That means fewer dropped connections, less rubber banding, and a smoother experience overall once you're locked into a match. Battlefield really shines when everything is working in harmony, and this update is clearly aimed at keeping that balance intact. What's interesting about this update is how it fits into the bigger picture. It feels like a foundation patch, the kind that doesn't steal the spotlight but quietly prepares the game for whatever comes next. By ironing out crashes, tightening performance, and cleaning up the interface, the developers are making sure the core experience is solid before layering on more content or deeper changes down the line. For players who've been sticking with the game since launch, this kind of support matters a lot because it shows attention to the everyday experience, not just the headline features. It's also worth pointing out that this update rolled out across all platforms at the same time, which helps keep the community unified. Nobody wants to feel like their platform is lagging behind in fixes, especially in a cross-platform environment where consistency is key.